Welcome, I'm Kenneth Andre, Tengen-Jitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Everything that I share and say and do is for a reason. If there sounds like a contradiction, there isn't. Investigate further. I hope you're all doing well out there. Blessings and love to you all. Hang in there. Again, I'm not part of any religious belief system or secret society. I am all about the truth. And when it comes to revealing this truth, I am not to hold back. Now, I'm jumping on here now to share with you what I am receiving at the moment. Please bear with me. I'm going to do my best to articulate and convey this because this is encouraging. So I'm going to start off with last night, again, flashes in the eyes. I cannot help think Father is giving us these signs in preparation for the big one, like a big flash in the eyes. And then we're going to find some amazing transformations occur with our lives. I've already talked a bit about this in my previous videos. Now, bear with me. I'm going to try and slow down. I'm struggling to do videos at the moment because many of us are mentally, physically and spiritually exhausted. I've been somewhat busy doing a lot of walking. And I'm like, Father, what's going on? It's been nice because there's been lots of feathers everywhere. And there's this eerie quietness as though the world is being pushed away. And I'm seeing these signs. Father is showing me he's present. And that's amazing. But many of us are groaning, bursting at the seams. It's like the spirit man in us is crying out. And funny enough, I kept hearing this child crying. And my mum mentioned the same, should we say, same sign being received in spirit, as though through the synchronicities, you are receiving the same presentation of this child that's crying. I'm sharing that with you. I cannot think this is to do with the eternal youth, David, to do with our souls. Remember the Great Revelation 12 sign, 2017, the sign of the word being formed in us, receiving Manuel. Or the language of the birth of the child. And many are waking up, receiving this child. Of course, we're all groaning, crying out. And I think that's what we're hearing in spirit, is this child. Our eternal youth is crying out as a collective. That may sound strange. Nonetheless, I'm going to share it. There's a lot going on. Another thing that I've noticed that's new is that I'm now receiving 4 sets of digits, meaning when we started this, we saw 1111. We were seeing these single digits, double, then triple with the 33, 44, 88, the triple twos and sevens. And now I'm seeing four numbers like 4444, etc. And I'm like, this is new. I'm seeing this now, which is good. Connect with the 4 pillows, the new heaven and earth. So I'm sharing that. Today, guys, it's the 23rd. It's Wednesday. I've talked a lot about Wednesday. We recently were told, received a message, pay attention to this week. So I get up, I'm asking Father, what video am I doing today? And I listen to that subtle voice, to Father moving upon my waters. And I get this inspiration. And I check YouTube to see if anyone is receiving something from Spirit. And Brother Dana posted in his community tab about the moon moving into Gemini. And he mentions pi 4 times. Here's Brother Dana. 4 times pi. Now, Brother Dana, I've been paying attention to the messages he has received because he makes these amazing connections with the celestial events, the illuminaries, paralleling scripture. I've done my investigation. I paid attention. If there was nothing there, I would have moved on. But he's been spot on, and we have been going through these rehearsals. We are part of the prime. We're a part of something very unique, and many of us are groaning, bursting at the seams, exhausted. Hang in there, okay? Many of us have been doing this a long time. It's been long suffering, as prophesied. And even through this repetition, individuals like me, we kind of had enough, but we persevere. And we pray and we ask for strength and we keep going forward. And because we're on it, watching every day, we're going to be on it. Okay. So Brother Dana mentions Pi 4 times and the moon going into Gemini. He mentions about the 3 taverns. I start doing my research. Okay. Because as I'm reading this, Father, upon my mind, show them Pi in Gemini. I'm like, okay. Here it is here. Here's the moon, Jupiter, Venus between the bull's horns in the field, important sign, and the sun in Cancer constellation with the beehive cluster, M44, with the activator, Mercury, in the claw of the crab. This is connected with the scarab. This is the golden Pi, 3.144. Pi. Okay. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I've done that. Where's this golden Pi come from? Remember, Father has taught me symbology. I love sacred mathematics, sacred geometry, and the ancient interpretation of the constellations, etc. And there is this individual that I've been following for years, okay, who loves sacred mathematics and sacred geometry. And you can see a cube, all right? And he's talking about the golden Pi, decoded, all right? You can see it here. Remember, recently I did the presentation of the cubic realities. You are termed a heaven and earth unto itself. You're in between your heaven and earth. Okay. I shared with you recently this image, okay, where we become aware, okay, on the outside of our cubic reality, as we start waking up, of our nature and of the world. And the unconscious collective, the first earthly man, Adam, the generic man, in their cubic realities, they are spiraling downwards into the bottomless pit. Okay, we have this ratio that's going down and facing towards earth. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. So this is a ratio that is going down. All right. Then I shared this image with you. A ratio that's going vertical, up. This is the golden Pi. All right. And we moved in to the center of our cubic reality with the forming of the word in us. I gave this presentation not so long ago. This is where the golden ratio, the 3.144 is connected to. Okay, that's pointing towards the heavens. Okay, and I mentioned about these images in connection with our awakening, with the new heaven and earth being formed within us, ready for the new age. For the end of the world is the harvest, which is for the angels. So the golden ratio is connected with this, and I just wanted to share that with you. Remember, what we are seeing out there is falling away. The old world, a new heaven and earth is coming down to us, being formed behind the curtain, behind the veil, in us. Okay, and yes, we have the language of the living amongst the dead, and many belong to the Lord. Many are going forward into the new earth, and yet there is many that go on another course of action. I say it like that. We are to stay focused now, hid away, Lord, to that image, watching for that wonderful transformation. Yes, we're tired, but we keep hanging in. We keep persevering. Hanging there, guys, okay? We keep doing our best to keep ourselves constructive and positive as we wait for this deliverance. It's a promise. We've just had the Terry. That now finishes today, the 23rd, Wednesday. Remember what I mentioned about Wednesday? So, the old heaven and earth, that's passing away, as we're told in the Bible, and a new is being formed. We have the grid keepers, the star seeds, the key holders, God's peculiar people, his remnant, the sealed, the 144,000, God's elect, a remnant, who have pinned a bridge to the new earth, who have prayed for their friends and loved ones, etc. There's a lot going on at the moment, and things are not what they seem, for Father's doing a new thing, but who can perceive it? We are watching for a sudden mystical transformation where your eternal heavenly homes not made of human hands will be erected all around you from all the investment. And many of you belong to the Lord, where you have this eternal heavenly home waiting for you. Through the law of return, many of you are going to shift back up into the high spheres, back into reality. This has been a journey going through the 7 eyes of the Lamb. Many of us have gone through a process of transformation and awakening. It's time to get out the deep. The pool's coming out the deep. The sign of Jonah. Deep called to deep. Get us out of hell. Abba, deliver us from this present evil world. Okay. In Genesis 1:1, okay, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It has pie in it. Father makes known the end from the beginning. What was the beginning? The Garden of Eden. Remember, we will cut down to the stump where we get the language of Jesse, the I am, where the tree, the garden is restored. This is the new heaven and earth that come down to us, where we've been going through a process of transformation, sticking on a new character, a new creature, flipping from the first earthly man Adam to the heavenly man Adam. So, where do we get pi in connection with Genesis 1:1? I'm going to show you. So if we go do our research, okay, with the Torah, with Hebrew, and we look up the values, we will find a prime, we will find the pi, we will find these numbers connected with Genesis 1:1. As many of you know, this is connected with Jesus, okay? The Lord, Adonai, Yod-Heh-Vah-He, is connected with the prime, the golden pi. We are part of the crown arrow, the prime. Hence we see the synchronicities of 33, 44, 88, the 777s, and now I'm starting to see 4 digits, 44, 44, and etc. Okay, I'm trying to keep this very basic and short. Again, Jesus is the Lord. This is the living word that's formed in us. Father, give them your name that you have given me, that they abide in me and me in you. The image, love, wisdom and power, the Son, is in the image of the Father, the depiction of God, the invisible light, spirit and love. We bear witness to the Garden of Eden being restored, a new heaven and earth that comes down to you, where you walk with the Father, serving the Lord Jesus Christ day and night, with the temple being restored. For judgment begins at the house of God, and we are that house. We are the fiery phoenix on the sea of glass, for our God is a consuming flame. Our consciousness we see clearly, singing a new song that they cannot sing, a new thought, word and deed. Our train of thought, our application of mind, is now constructive, praiseworthy, excellent and good. I love symbology and I love the Egyptian mysteries and hieroglyphs, etc. And I've shared this with you before. Okay, this is connected with the pi, 23. Okay, this is also connected with the breaking dawn and Ra, the sun. And as I've mentioned, Father is above all, through all and in all. Okay, he is of the Spirit, the light of the Lamb that lives in us, who creates the sun and moon. We do not worship that. That will be put to shame, as we're told in the Bible, in which I've elaborated on in my previous videos. This is a sign connected with our Father, symbolically the light, who is a consuming flame, a consuming fire. Many of us are flame born, star that comes out of Jacob, the light beings, the 144,000. This is connected with the breaking dawn. And Father said to me not so long ago, the sun will not hurt you. This is also connected with the prime. I also have shared with you the sacred and secret star that I received from Spirit last year. Okay. This symbol of the star that comes out of Jacob, has Pi, the golden Pi, in it with the Lion's Gate portal. There was a fragment of this star at the Egyptian pyramids and another fragment of it in the Codex of Da Vinci. And Father, upon my mind, put this sacred geometry with the symbols that I received from these two locations, or two resources, where this star was created. Doris Cannon mentioned that we would receive a star during the times that we find ourselves in. It's connected to the prime, the pi. Then I noticed something peculiar again with the sign in the sun. As it's rotating, it's changing shape. Okay, and me loving symbology and having a advanced depth perception after doing this for so long, after Father activated something in me, there was something shouting out at me, and I was looking at this image again because in its early stages it was making the hammer, but it's slightly changing form, and I'm seeing something appear in it. I'm thinking, what is that? I'll show you what I am seeing. I'll make it bigger. Pi. Okay. This is what I'm seeing. I'm keeping it very basic and simple so you can understand what it is I'm seeing and the connections that I am receiving. A convergence of these signs now. Then what came to mind was a video a young individual done sharing her rapture dream. Now, as I mentioned, many years ago, I didn't believe in a rapture, but studying day and night with the works of Father being done in me, with all the different avenues and schools of thought and sacred texts, there was a hidden message of this transference of our consciousness, a transference of us from going from one age into the next. There was this language of this shift that occurs. And I've talked a lot about that. And I watched the rapture dreams to read between the lines, to keep paying attention to the wording, the same patterns, the words that would occur, that would reveal a message. And sure enough, I could see there was this language that was occurring of a deliverance. But it wasn't going to go the way that people expected. As Father got me to say last year, I'm seeing something on a deeper level. And so as I go looking, I come across this. I see that number 88 again. I come across this. I recently shared an image of the patterns with the celestial events we've noticed over the years. Only in this one, we see a middle marker with May 26, 2021. This got my attention. I looked, I was like, May 26, 2021. Bear with me. This brought to mind this individual, which I shared with you. Okay, where she had this dream, the great day will occur on the 26th. And there was a bit of confusion with the 24th or the 26th. Bear this in mind. 26 is connected with Yod He Vahi. Right? So today is Wednesday, the 23rd, we got the new moon with Jupiter in Gemini in the golden pie. Okay, 3.144. 3.144. Okay, with the sun moving into the Cancer constellation with the activator. Remember, we were recently told to pay attention to this week. When I had the dream, the what was it? Bear with me. The Deacon's Kingdom coming next week, and that wonderful lady, the individual, had the dream where the old man, this visitation from an old man who mentioned about the pulse, the pause, a wave goes out, and the shift in the next couple of weeks. And so with my dream and with what I am receiving, there's something very important about today, because the 26th is in connection with today, and Wednesday I've talked about with the resurrection. We are receiving big signs here, and I shared with you, which is tomorrow, the new moon next to the sun. Oh, bear me, guys. Next to the sun in the Cancer constellation with the scarab, which is connected with our heavens and earths, with the prism, the pineal gland, where there will be an activation and a shift connected with the flash event that occurs in our eyes, and there is this interdimensional, a mystical shift that will occur with our lives. Hence I shared this image with you. All right, the half moon, the sign of the 10 virgins. Half had their wisdom, their light, okay, and the other half were asleep. It's a separation of the tares and wheat. I shared this image with you. Of course, this image, this language is occurring again tomorrow. Okay, with the activator in the Yod He Va He. Right, the claw of the crab, which is also connected with the nail. I've been paying attention. With the activator, hand or fist, hand or fist. Let me say this. Fist, hand, behold, pinned, nail, behold. And many are here who have pinned a bridge to the new earth that we're going to walk upon, as mentioned in our sacred texts and spiritual texts and biblical texts in which I've shared with you. Again, Yod He Va He, 26. And today we are receiving the sign of the golden pie, 3.144, the 144,000. There's a language, a sign. With receiving the flashes in our eyes, we could be receiving a message as though the deliverance is about to take place. So keep watch, guys. I was a bit fast in this video. I'm just updating you with what I am receiving at the moment, okay? Putting this all together today, this morning with Father, I was like, there's a connection with today, tomorrow, and the 26th. We are to keep watch and persevere. Hang in there, okay? Yes, we are tired, crying out, but seeing these signs, it keeps us encouraged and with the good news. All right, we're part of the prime. Pay attention to your environment. Be in prayer. See that Father is with us. He's guiding us. We keep going forward. All right, regardless of what's going on with the world, turn away from it. Hide ourselves away, as told us to in the Bible, and keep focused on that which is praiseworthy and excellent, because there is a wonderful shift that's going to occur. I love you guys. I will keep you updated. Have a great day.